Well, here we are again. This is Brother Peter with tidbits from the Word. What are you doing, Brother Peter, this morning? I can tell you what I'm doing. I'm resting and I'm relaxing in the Lord Jesus Christ. I've been studying ardently for an hour or so, not being able to come to a place of getting on here for 10-minute tidbits and revealing to others what I have. I would love to pass on to you, the viewer of this 10-minute excerpt, what I have. What do you have, Brother Peter? I have peace with God. Do you have peace with God this morning? Are you obedient? 3 hours ago, I didn't have peace. I had consistent turmoil in my life because I wouldn't put my feet on the floor, because I laid in the bed when the Lord said, I have given you the ability to rise, get up, get your book out, do some study. I went to bed studying last night. I went to bed listening to Christian reading, Christian testimony, Christian Bible reading, singing. But woke up this morning, and the thing that you wake up with when you go to bed with it is a continuation, not a cutting off, not a stopping, but a continuation, a continuation, continuation. Activity. As I was studying today, all the way down from chapter 44 to 47 of Genesis, reading the trail of Joseph, how his brothers sold him into captivity, and how he said to them later on, you meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. Joseph actually says to his brothers, God sent me here. God made me, listen to this now, the father of Pharaoh. God made me to be a father unto Pharaoh. God made Joseph to be a father unto Pharaoh. Pharaoh didn't hold one single solitary thing from Joseph. Nothing. Everything, his signet, was put in Joseph's hand. Pharaoh said, you will be second to me. You will be second to me. He said to Joseph, there will be none greater than you other than I in the land of Egypt. Here's a born Jewish Israelite boy over in a heathen land that is so powerful and great. It is the headship of all of the land thereabouts for this period of time. Now, God's going to use this land for a focal point to raise up the Israelites. And as he raises them up, he's going to raise them up under a bondage. But that bondage was only a bondage if they took it in their mind to make it be a bondage. Because it was actually a blessing. In chapter 46, when the children of Israel came over there, all of them, their cattle, which was an abomination to the Egyptians, their sheep, which was an abomination to the Egyptians, their herdsmen, which were an abomination to the Egyptians, everything that the Israelites stood for was an abomination to Pharaoh and the Egyptians. Yet, Pharaoh said, I'm going to give you guys all my cattle. And before it was done, before the famine and the dearth was done, all of Egypt, A-L-L, all, A-L-L, all. Can you understand that word, A-L-L, all of Egypt? I mean all of it was given to the children of Israel and to Pharaoh. The thing that was given to Pharaoh was the money. The thing was given to the children of Israel were all of the cattle and all the supplies, all the supplement that they could use down in the land of Goshen, which was the best, the very, very best. Pharaoh gave Joseph's family the very best soil in the land of Egypt, barring none. They were down at the edge of the river. They were where they could grow straw, wheat, corn, hay, barley. They could grow anything they wanted to grow. In that day, in that land, leeks and garlics were a great food supplement for those people. It was something they absolutely loved. And they were able to have all they wanted, all of anything. The children of Israel had all of anything they wanted in the land of Goshen during this period of time. In this period of time, the whole known world was starving to death. They were at the brink of extinction, starving to death. And it all was, even the Egyptian people themselves came to Joseph and said, Joseph, now we have given you all the money that we own, and you have put it in Pharaoh's treasury. We have nothing left but our land. Joseph said, well, I have your cattle and I have your money. You swap your land then, and you become the servants of Pharaoh. And they said, well, I guess that we don't have any choice. We either do that or die. So Joseph moved the people from their land to the cities. Now, who's going to inherit their land but the Israelites? The Israelites came over there, a small band of 70 or so people, and Jacob's family, which was Israel. And at the end of the years that they spent in Egypt, which the bondage got horrifically bad at the end of it because they wanted to worship God and couldn't. That was the only reason why. And so it wasn't really that bad, if you want to know the truth. It wasn't really that bad. It was bad, but not that bad. It was only bad to drive them out, to get them out of Egypt. God allowed all this to happen just to move them out of Egypt. Sometimes God has to take a big stick to move us and kind of whack us with it a little bit, like the guy that got the mule and he had to hit him in the head with a 2x4 to get him to move, get his attention. God has to sometimes hit us in the head with a 2x4 to get our attention. But anyway, got my attention this morning. Here I am, here I've been, and I'm going to sign off now. My time is up, but I want to tell you this. Get in Genesis 44 through 47 through 50